Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here. It's been a while. Thank you so much for coming back. And today we're going to focus on digital backgrounds for hybrid scrapbook layouts. I'm working here with a project that I did for the Jefferies creative team using the Hold mini project kit by Rachel Jefferies and Lynn Grieveson. And what I want to go over to begin with is how I created this super rich, super detailed background here for my layout. Okay, let me take you to my Adobe Photoshop screen. I work in the Photoshop CC version. I work on a PC. And so what I wanted to show you was kind of to deconstruct the background of this layout. So there's two, because this is a hybrid layout, there's basically two kind of layers once you print everything out. There's the background layer and there's the elements that I add on top. And so the background layer can be a lot of fun to play with in your Photoshop, in your apps, or whatever. It gives you more opportunity to play with the elements that are in the collection, particularly the mixed media elements, the pattern papers, and things like that. So you saw the photo that I'm beginning with is of these little purple flowers. The photo was taken at UNC Charlotte across from the Student Union. Lovely little walking paths there to get from building to building. And so what I chose first off to start the whole layout and ground the whole layout is this amazing pattern paper from Lynn Grieveson. And notice how the pattern paper already sets you up for a great layout because it's already sort of divided into 4 quadrants. They're slightly off center. There are dividing lines here, different colors on the pattern paper that invite you to play with color. But it felt a little heavy. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of pattern paper, and it looks beautiful printed out, but a little bit darker than what I wanted to go with for my layout, although there is a benefit in playing with contrast. But again, we want to play with the mixed media elements in the collection as well, and just further develop this as a background. And by the way, there are so many amazing digital and hybrid artists out there. I don't know of too many hybrid artists that are doing backgrounds the way that I do them. If you know of anyone, leave me a comment down below. I would love to connect with them. What I wanted to say was that everyone has their favorite go-to techniques and their favorite things that they like to do with their backgrounds, and it's fun to share it with you so that you get more ideas of how you can use Photoshop in your hybrid scrapbooking and also use more of the mixed media elements in these beautiful collections. So I may or may not have developed this layout in this particular order, but going back and deconstructing it, I'm going to just start with layer 1 and add each layer as they come. So of course the background pattern paper, all these lovely splatters, they are an element in the collection. However, I have changed the color on them and then made them into one solid layer by themselves. And remember that the goal here is to lighten this background up a little bit and add more dimension and visual interest to it. Not because there's anything wrong with the background pattern paper, but simply because we're playing. We're having digital play here. So then what I've added here is, this is another one of the mixed media elements in the collection. And I've layered, this is a piece of one of the pattern papers in the collection, and I layered that over top of it, just to make it, notice how it sort of balances off of this lighter purple back here in the sky, what I imagine to be the sky. So again, bringing in something a little bit lighter, but also tying it in with the existing colors. These are some little dots here. They're going to show up underneath the florals once we add the physical elements. Another mixed media element, just filling in this quadrant here. And notice how when I'm adding layers, I'm allowing my elements that I'm adding to spill over the quadrant lines that have already been set. You're not married to those lines. You can spill over, you can cross those lines, and that adds a bit more visual interest. But it also, notice how it kind of obliviates. Is that the word I'm looking for? It kind of obliviates that line right there, and that's okay too. A little bit of a mixed media element here in the corner. And then here's where I recolored the text. And so this is another piece of a pattern paper in the collection. You can play here with what colors do you want to change certain elements of the background paper to. And notice how this continues to further develop this very light, bright purple here. And it also bumps up the contrast of that writing a little bit. The original intent was to have it blending in, to have it just be subtle there in the background. But we're making it pop a little bit. And the way that I'm doing that is with, you guessed it, the blending modes. And so, under blending options, I leave the blend mode normal. The opacity is full 100. Again, you can play with that, make it the fullest opacity, the least opacity you want. The fill of it. So, how much do you want showing? And then, but where the real magic happens is to, here at the slider bar, the underlying layer is sort of coming and going. And I love how it leaves little splotched areas. It might leave a line where this is just a piece of that pattern paper. You can always erase that, or continue toning it down until you get the look that you're after. And really and truly, once you add the other digital elements, you're probably not even going to notice that. So that's the story of the text here. And notice how we are achieving our goal here. We are lightening this page up a little bit, creating more depth and dimension. Notice how, as we know, the lighter things come forward to you on the page, the darker things recede. And so there's a very subtle layering happening already in the background. This is one of the mixed media elements, and then another pattern paper layered over top of it and clipped to the mixed media element. That's one of my favorite things to do, to use more of the pattern papers in instead of cutting them up and having harsh cut lines or tear lines, use your mixed media elements and clip them. And then you also get those soft edges. I love that. This is one of the mixed media elements in the collection. And notice how I've brought back one of the darker colors here, that beautiful navy. Just the play and the ebb and flow of adding different elements to create that visual interest or to accomplish the goal that you're going after. This is some, it looks like, sequins on the page. Those are always fun. And a bit of lace up here at the top. Another bit of lace here going across, softening those lines right there between this pattern paper mixed media element and the background. All about softening those edges for me. Another mixed media element that might not have actually gotten printed on there. We'll see when we go to the printed elements. Another beautiful digital element here. I'm introducing some of the green in the collection. And you also see that, down here as well. And working to tie in the elements that are coming in printed format later, right, to further develop the color palette. Another beautiful mixed media element, repeating this color, this shape here. And that shape is also repeated down here, and sort of creating the visual triangle there with that shape. A lovely paint splatter. I was looking at this little area up here, and it's still just the paint splatters there. So voila, let's do some more paint splatters. And notice how that ties in with an element that we've already added to the background. Those are some lovely stars for imagination. And notice the spatial feel of that. Like those stars are hanging in the sky. But they're dark and mysterious. Ooh, I love it. So much fun. And then this is the background as it's been created here. Every quadrant has something on it. I've established the visual triangle. You get a good solid feel for the color palette. Here we're seeing some lovely text for visual interest. We're seeing depth here. Notice how the black tree really lurks there in the distance. And it gives you this feeling of having been built over time. There truly are layers here that have been added to. And it's really fascinating to see. So next I'm going to let me turn all the layers back on so you can see the digital layout completed. And what I've done, once I complete my digital background, I print out all the elements and the background pattern paper, and I will take you over to my filming desk and we'll pull the layout together. Okay, welcome to my filming desk, and here are the elements printed out. First off, this beautiful background pattern paper. Here is the original photo and this adorable oval shaped frame. What a beautiful shape to use on your layouts. And here's how this beautiful background with all the mixed media elements printed out. I do use a Canon wide format, the IX6820 printer. I've had it for quite a few years now. And then the other mixed media or the other embellishments that I plan to add to the page. And so you'll remember that the photo here was kind of off-centered, using that intersection point on the background pattern paper. Even though you kind of can't see that intersection on the background anymore, that's okay. But we've still used that background to help place the mixed media elements around the page. And it also becomes a great decision point for where to add your embellishment cluster. What I'm kind of doing here on this layout is basically just doing one embellishment cluster around the photo, because I want that background to shine. I want to be able to see the background that we created. It is an important part of the layout here, and a gorgeous part of the layout. So surrounding this photo are the tickets at the bottom that says "Hold on to all this," I think. And then the little green strip underneath that, sort of grounding this embellishment cluster so it doesn't feel like it is floating somewhere. It adds confidence to these arrangements. It's also following the line of the text. Remember the text that we added the color to, that we blended with another pattern paper and brought that more to the forefront. And so this helps to tie this embellishment cluster in with the background itself. Again, different ways of building different layers to your hybrid scrapbooking. I think it's so exciting that you can add layers not just physically, which is what I'm doing now, adding all these floral pieces, adding the little bird and word strips, but also digitally, and then tying them all together. So another little secondary cluster up here with just a couple of word strips. Again, working with that line that I created with the lace up there and that mixed media piece and another pattern paper at the corner up there. Just sort of giving your eye something else to see on the page, right? Working your eye around the page. And that's basically our layout for today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this was created with the Hold Mini Project Kit from Rachel Jefferies and Lynn Grieveson. I will have links to the products down below at thelilypad.com. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye-bye.